Hey guys, what's going on? Backroad Rebel here. I know it's been a little bit since I've made an upload. Uh, not gonna lie, kind of lost interest in the series that I was, filming and whatnot there, recording. So we're gonna go ahead, we'll get back into that. We're gonna start this series here, and we're gonna try and kind of run these, like alongside each other. I'm not sure what that'll all play out to be, but yeah, that's really all I've got. Stay tuned, and hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so this is Silver Run, huh? Old lumber town. A buddy of mine, he called me up. He had a rough go with things. His business kind of fell apart on him, and he's trying to get out of it. So we went ahead. We purchased the business from him, and he's also allowed us to develop a place to live on his land. So that's the business there. Looks like it's pretty locked up, so we'll have to go see him and get the keys. But yeah, big lumber town. I've only been here a couple times, and yeah, pretty peaceful place. You know, besides the part of listening to lumber equipment all day, but once you get out of the like inner part of the town, it's not too bad. Got the local gas station here. There's actually a couple right here in town. There's another one just up the road, but we're gonna go see him and get the keys so we can go take a look at the property. We've already signed over all the deed and everything, so we're chilling there. But we're gonna go up here, get kind of like a eye for where we want to put our house, because we're gonna end up building a house on his piece of land here. I think it's up here somewhere. It's been a while since I've been up to his house. I've hung out at his property before, but yeah, we'll have to yeah, here it is. This is starting to look familiar. Alright. Turn up the road here. And another gas station there. Now the only trick is trying to remember his house. Oh, I think it's right here. Is there a bird on this mailbox? Yep, that's it. Bird on the mailbox. Alright, he said follow it down and his truck should be parked here along the side of the road. Yeah, here's his truck. Oh, and his ATV's out here too. Alright. Nice little area. Like I said, once you get out of the inner city, like it's pretty quiet. You hear, chainsaws in the distance, but very serene. You got this big bridge right here. Goes over the river. And I've heard the fishing here is pretty good. We got some wildlife over there. Yeah, I heard the fishing is pretty good. We'll have plenty of time to do that later, but let's get down here and see if he's awake. I know it's pretty early for me to be here. I didn't expect to make such good time. He's got this nice little cabin right here, right alongside the river. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna see if he's awake, and we'll catch back with you guys in just a short bit here. Alright, yeah, I'll check back with you later. Alright. Man, ended up there a little longer than we expected. We ended up having breakfast with him and stuff, catch up on things. And he was talking about, we got to talking about where we're gonna build the house. He said that his property goes way back over that hill. He thought I might want to build something right up there on the top of the hill. So we'll have to take a look at that. I do want to go take a look at the property real quick. But thankfully, when I bought the property, he was willing to keep all the stuff there and let me use it because he owns everything that he has there, like he owns it outright. So he pretty much included that in the sale. And I think he was mentioning that he had plans to build a little property that was kind of closer to civilization and stuff. Because we're really out here in like the sticks, here in Silver Run. Like, there's not really like a big metropolitan area anywhere nearby. Like, we're probably a good 4-hour drive maybe before you hit like a good busy city. There's a lot of like little towns and stuff along the way, but yeah, it's like a 4-hour ride before we get to like a big city. And he kind of wants to be closer to that kind of luxury, I guess you could call it. Which I get that. So he's gonna use the money that he made from the sale to buy himself a little property out there, or maybe even buy a piece of land and build another little shanty shack out there on that. Alright, so that looks like, he said the dealership is right there. Looks like they're building like a theme park or something right here. But yeah, he said that he did start to plant, I guess, poplar. So I guess he owns this field that's like right here. Yeah, I can see it. And he said that he owns all those beehives back there as well. So we're gonna go drive up here. We got the keys and everything, so we can get on in here and take a look around. He said one of the biggest issues, or why he sold or wanted to sell the property, is that he was running a landscaping business, and all of a sudden all of his guys just started quitting. Well, one of them retired, and the other ones quit. He couldn't keep any new ones. So he did have like a bigger fleet of trucks. He said that there used to be like a whole parking lot full of trucks and equipment, but he sold a bunch of that, and he was really only down to these 3. Looks like he's got a big old diesel tank here. He said another issue is that I guess a lot of the guys were just dropping off junk that they didn't need. And so now he's got this big junk pile over here. It looks like there's a bicycle back there. We might be able to make some money off some of this stuff. Got some old tractor tires. Another tractor tire. So before we go inside and look around, we're going to look around the outside of the property here. So it looks like he's got, almost looks like the same year truck as mine, but this is a 3500 dually. He's got a Ram 1500 and an F450 with a dump body on it. So that might come in handy. Alright. We got 2 trailers. Look like they're small car trailers or small vehicle trailers. Oh, we got a bigger one here, gooseneck trailer. And a tipper. Alright. A grill is probably, I think he said this is where everyone was kind of hanging out. Dumpster. Oh look, there's some honey. Alright, cool. So the bees are actually, you know, out and about doing their job. Alright, he said this is the office. So let's go ahead and go in here. Whole bunch of stuff in here. Little coffee machine. Alright, cool. And he said this is a storage facility, like an, ooh. Alright, yeah, you can already feel it's kind of chilly. It's a refrigerated storage unit. And he was storing quite a bit of stuff here for all sorts of customers in town, but I guess another warehouse opened up and he lost a lot of that business because he wasn't making a good profit. You know, landscaping business was his thing, and just wasn't making enough money landscaping because all the people quit and everything. Lumber work started paying more is what he was saying. A lot of the guys were leaving to go do lumber work. Yeah, we got some poplar in the ground here. Looks like it's growing. Got all those bee, whatever you want to call them, bees nests? I don't know. Alright, let's go ahead and check in here. Got a pressure washer. Alright, so this is the implement to plant the poplar, it looks like. Yep. It does have the old satellite weather radar or whatever. Got a little Kubota tractor here. A plow. Looks like these are more poplar pallets. Snowblower. I think he was saying this tractor was mostly at this facility to clean up around here. Oh, actually, let's go back and shut that so that no critters or anything weird get in here. Or any thieves. So he did invest in this windmill when he was really doing good. So he is still generating a bit of revenue from this, and he's going to put me in on a piece of the cut. This was not part of the property deal. Well, it kind of was, but I'm getting a percentage of what he makes off of the power generated from this and sold to the town. So I'm not getting the whole thing. There we go. Door was a little difficult. Wow, this is massive. I figured there was like offices or something in here. This place is huge. He's got a poplar harvester. I can't even say that. A couple of lawnmowers still. Small International. Another mower blade, it looks like. A plow. This is the workshop. Got the front loader attachment. That's it. Yeah, he said this whole facility used to be like packed. So he definitely sold a lot of stuff before I got my hands on it. Alright, cool. So I think our first... I don't really know, there's so much here. So much but so little, you know. So I think our first order of business is to try and figure out a way to make some profit. We've got poplar growing. We seem to have bees that are doing their job. So we got to figure out a way to make this facility make us money. Besides gaining the little bit of income from that thing. Now we could sell the trucks. And then, you know, that would get rid of those for now. Because we already have a truck. Granted, these are company trucks. Because this is his company here, MotorEx. He was selling, I guess, side-by-sides and stuff too. That's kind of why this whole area is like it is. He used to have this all lined up with side-by-sides and dirt bikes. And he would sometimes get like a hold of like weird little import cars. and would sell semi-trucks too, I guess. I don't know. He said he was selling a whole bunch of stuff at one point. Like, he had a dealership going here. He had a landscaping business. He was doing the poplar thing. Like, he had a bunch going on, and everything just started falling apart. These lumber mills started paying really good because not a lot of people wanted to do the trades, and now the pay's gone up. They're willing to pay people for their time, so yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna go back to the... Let's go back to his property. I want to take a look and see where we're gonna build our house before we go building and investing a bunch of money into a business. I want to make sure we have a place to lay our head up, because I don't want to be stuck bunking with him in his small little cabin. So we're gonna head back up to the house here, and yeah, hopefully we can figure out what we're gonna do as far as that goes, because man, we gotta get a property going. We gotta get a lot of stuff going. We might actually make a couple stops in town too. I kind of want to stop right here and see what's going on with this facility. I thought I saw a couple guys out here, so I'm gonna go ask them what's going on. Looks like they're building a theme park or something, so yeah, we're gonna stop here real quick, have a chit chat with someone. It looks like there's a couple guys maybe over there behind that tree. I don't know, but we'll be back in a bit. We're gonna go talk to these guys. All right, so I just got done talking with a couple of the construction workers that were here, and they said that if I was able to bring them some wooden beams and planks and a whole assortment of stuff, that they would pay me for my time and effort. So yeah, we'll definitely have to look into doing that. They said they're kind of going off of the best bid that they can get, because they're trying to, you know, not spend a whole bunch of money but also get the project done. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But we're gonna go ahead, drive back up to the property here. I want to go ahead and take a look at everything. I don't know how far up he owns. I'm guessing he probably owns right up to the town line, because this is the town line right here. Try and get through these bushes without getting covered in ticks and whatever else. See, I'm kind of liking this hillside. I was thinking maybe like right here, build the house. We'd plant a whole bunch of trees right in this area to kind of cover everything. As far as like no one can really see the house from the roadside. So to give us some privacy, we'll have like a... I think I want to put the driveway off of this road, or like off this main road right here. He's got like a little cut off and a trail that goes down to his house, which isn't bad, but I don't want to be piggybacking off of his trail, you know, because we got our own lives to live and everything. So yeah, maybe we'll just we'll put a road in. We'll build the house like right here. And then I want to plant a bunch of trees. So that means I'm going to have to go down to the town hall or whatever and talk to somebody and see about doing that. And I might stop at the fire department in town and ask them what their whole thing is, as far as like... I know they're trying, you know, it's a big lumber town. They're going to have forest fires and stuff, so I want to know what their whole take is on me planting a whole bunch of trees right here to provide some privacy. They probably won't care, to be honest. I'm sure they'd understand. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the plan. We're gonna build the house right there on the hill. And I might put some trees. I want to have a view of the river. But I also don't want to be like, you know, stuck having to like, love my friend and all that. Really great guy. Don't want to be stuck having to like look down at his property all the time, and you know, vice versa. I'm sure he doesn't want to look up here and see, you know, me all the time. Maybe he said I could cut down some of these trees here to get a better view if I wanted to. So we might do that. We might cut some of these trees down right here, plant some trees up there and over here, and we'll have the view of the water there. And maybe we'll put the house right here so we have like a downward slope to look at the water. That might be an idea. We're going to go talk to a few of the local officials in town and get their take on everything and see what the rules and regulations are. See if I can even build a road off of this main road here. They might not even let me. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to go down there. We're going to have a chit chat with them. And then we'll get in touch with you guys when we leave that place. Alright. So, I went ahead and I had a chit chat with, it was funny, the like town ordinance officer or whatever was right there. So, at the fire station. So I stopped by, had a chat with him, talked to a couple of the fire guys, kind of got their take on me doing the whole tree planting and everything, and they said they didn't have a problem with it. They've got plenty of like fire watch towers and stuff that are very diligent on keeping the town safe and everything, so that's always good. I guess our next plan is to stop at this place here. I guess he said this place up here will help us with finding a property that suits our needs. So we're going to stop up here and talk with these guys. It looks like it's someone's house, but I guess it's a business. I don't know, it's very odd. But yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to pop up over here, have a chit chat, look at some houses, and hopefully we find one that we like as far as a build. Alright, which one? I think he said the entrance is right here along the street. Alright, so we'll be back with you guys in a short bit here after we talk to a couple of building guys, I guess. Hey guys, thanks a bunch. I appreciate it. Alright, so we got that taken care of. As you can see, we are missing quite a chunk of change here. It's because we got to talking, we've got ideas on a place or on what we want to do for our house. And I reached out to a guy, said, hey, what's the chances that you could come down and hook me up a little building with a saw machine? And he said he could get it going as soon as we need it. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get that. So he's got that in the works right now. He's building it. He said he'd call us up when it was all done. He said, go ahead and start cutting some trees down so you can run it as soon as possible. But I'm going to stop over here at the dealership and see if we can borrow a, if we can go ahead and borrow ourselves a piece of equipment to haul the logs. I don't want to have to chop them up into little pieces and throw them in the back of the truck if I don't have to. If I can just lease something for the day and go bring it down, that'd be great. So we're gonna go see what these guys say, and yeah, we'll be back soon. Fairly easy. The guy only charged me $102 to lease this little piece of equipment right here. He's like, yeah, $102, you can go ahead and use this for the day. He said it's kind of like very few of those that they get, and so when they do get them, they don't sell that well either. So dealership ends up taking a loss on them, and he said, yeah, go ahead and lease it for the day. If you need it for longer, to let me know, but it shouldn't be an issue. So we're going to go ahead and bring this down to the property and cut some trees up. And yeah, we're going to mark a bunch of trees that we don't want to cut. Because I don't want to cut all these trees, I just want to cut some of them. Yeah, so we got some red spray paint here that was in the truck. We're going to go ahead and see. Actually, I think... Oh, I changed these real quick. We gotta look at this. Alright. So the circles we're gonna keep. Anything with a circle we're gonna keep. Now, I think the plan, it sucks because this stuff is so overgrown here, is we're gonna build the house here, overlooking this little valley and whatnot. So I think we're gonna chop down these trees and those trees. So we'll mark them with a little... Actually, we'll mark them with an X. Oh. There's a little bench down here. That was like a trail there. Maybe my buddy's got this thing all set up so you can fish right here. Maybe the fishing's really good there. That'll be good to know. Alright. Trying to back up, get a look at how much we're removing here. I think that's gonna do it. I think we cut down those trees, and I think this one's gonna go too. Alright. We're gonna go grab the truck and bring it down this little dirt road, and well, not even a dirt road. We're gonna bring it down in here, and that way we don't have to haul all that wood. So, sit tight, guys. We'll be back once we get most of these trees cut down and loaded up, so we can bring it over to our hopefully finished sawmill. Alright, so we finished cutting up the first load. We're gonna bring it down to our business. According to my buddy who brought the sawmill down, it's all hooked up, ready to go, so we're gonna go ahead and get it down there. Oh my goodness, we are flying. We're gonna go ahead and get it down there and fire that sawmill up so we can start making some boards and whatnot. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much gonna be what we're gonna start doing first. We're gonna get the wood going, and we'll bring it over to this place that they're building, this little theme park looking thing. I don't know what we just hit. Let's try that again. I didn't see anything in the road there. So yeah, we'll get the wood and stuff cut up. We'll bring it over here when we're done. But yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see how this all plays out. You know, we get a lot of moving parts going on right now. We still got to figure out what we're going to do as far as the business goes. Oh yeah, there's the sawmill right there. Wow, he was even nice enough to shut the gate back up when he was done. Alright, we're going to back the trailer up here. And go third person. Yes, it's a little sketchy what we did here. Alright, we get rid of some of it. There we go. Alright, let's go over here and get the machine running. Alright. We're going to keep the doors open and whatnot for now. I don't think anyone's going to come over here and mess with anything. We're going to head back up to the property, finish cutting those trees, and then we'll come back down, drop off the next load. So we'll see you when we get that all ready to go. Alright, I don't know what that was, but it was like some sort of low-hanging limb that got snagged up underneath one of the wheel wells. It was causing it to hook up like that. Very odd. But yeah, so we're back to the, oh, excuse me. Well, 1 o'clock time got me wanting some coffee. So, still. But yeah, we're on our way back to the shop. We're gonna drop this stuff off. And then, yeah. We're gonna make some calls, see if we can get something going as far as some work. We got these lawnmowers and stuff in here. We might as well see if we can mow someone's lawn for them. We got a lot of stuff processing right now, so just gonna hang out there. We're gonna go drop the trailer off at the dealership. That way they can have that back. We don't really need it anymore right now. And maybe we'll go down there and socialize, see if they can point us in the direction of some work. But yeah, so let's head down there, and I'm gonna have a chat with them. And depending on how things go, maybe we'll get some work lined up. Alright, thanks a bunch, guys. Alright, so good news and bad news. Bad news is there's another landscaping company in town that took over when my friend kind of lost everything, you know, when everyone quit. A different company came in and they've been maintaining pretty much everyone around town. So, yeah, kind of bad news there. Good news is I talked to a guy who's willing to sell me his old beat up car for like next to nothing. It's a import from Japan, and He said if I wanted to come by and take a look at it, you know, bring a battery and hook it up and just get rid of it. He pretty much, he's done looking at it. So we're gonna go down and pick up our car trailer because I have a feeling this thing's not gonna run, and we're gonna have to push this thing onto the trailer. So I don't have a trailer with a winch. I don't think the flatbed trailer we have here has a winch. Take a look. Nope. Alright. So I might as well just use one of the small trailers here. We're gonna hook up, go down there, pick up this car. And we might just be flipping cars, to be honest, guys. We got a workshop, so it's not a big deal. We might just be finding junk cars and flipping junk cars. I mean, that's kind of what my friend was doing before, you know, everything kind of went upside down for him. He was flipping cars, he was maintaining a landscaping business. Right now, landscaping business is not going anywhere, unfortunately. So we'll go up and take a look at this car, see what this guy has to say. We've already got the battery. Thankfully, the guy in the parts department here was able to hook me up with a battery for this car. But granted, I did buy one that was kind of overpowered, but I don't know how cold it gets here, so I made sure I got one with a lot of cold cranking amps. I mean, it's 75 degrees right now in September, but it doesn't mean anything. Wintertime up in the mountains here, it could get real cold. And if we gotta sit on this car for a while before it sells, we're gonna need to move it when we do yard maintenance. I think the guy said he lived up here. Yeah, I think I see it right there on the right. Oh my goodness, that thing is beat. That thing is absolutely beat. Alright, let's go ahead and we're gonna get the ramps set up here. I think that should be good. Alright. We're gonna get out, go talk with this guy, see if this thing starts, and we'll be back with you guys shortly. Alright, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, you too. Alright. Well, as you can see, we got it we got it loaded up. That's something. We spent like 15 minutes trying to get this thing to start. It just won't start. He thinks it might have bad gas in it. I asked him how it got so muddy. I guess his son took it off-road with some friends, and there might just be water in the thing too. I don't even know. But we went ahead and we wrote him a check, so he'll cash it, I'm sure, in the next day or two. But we're gonna bring this thing down to the late afternoon, man. It's got me tired. We're gonna bring this down to the shop, and I guess the first thing to do is to get it cleaned up. It's absolutely disgusting, and then we'll bring it over to the. Well, we'll probably bring the pressure washer. I don't really want to have to move that thing all around because I'm kind of just. We pushed it. It took me, the older gentleman, and his son. Took all three of us to get that thing up on the trailer. So it's fairly light, but just having to like steer it and everything else, it was a three-man job. We're gonna bring it back to the shop. We're gonna get it worked on, and yeah, we'll have to see how things go. All right. Whew. So we just filled it up with some new gas. I drained out the old stuff. We're gonna go ahead and see if this thing runs or not. It's trying to. Seems to be working. Alright, I had the doors all shut in here, so I don't want to keep it running too long, but yeah. But she's in working order. We love that. We got it all cleaned up and everything. But as you can see, time has gone by. Time slipped away from us here. And I'm curious, this guy still hasn't cashed. Still hasn't cashed that check. We wrote him a check for a couple grand for this thing and has not said a thing back. Oh, we gotta make sure we turn the lights off. Alright. On the door. There we go. Yeah, we didn't even park the trailer. We just kind of wheeled this thing off, and it was a struggle. I had to call my buddy. He came down to help me get it in the garage, but man, that was some work. We didn't even shut this gate. The poplar's still growing. Got some more honey though. Alright, well I think we're gonna park the trailer up. We're gonna head back to, I guess we're sleeping at our buddy's house tonight because we still haven't even gotten the house set up. Just kind of hoping to get that set up, but I don't think it's gonna happen. A little late, and I just want to get some rest. So I think we're gonna crash at his little cabin, and we'll call it a night when we get there. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Next time you see us, it'll be a brand new day, and we'll be getting right back to it. But thank you guys all for watching. Please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get the notifications. And we will catch you all later.